It's exactly what I wanted.
And so to the decisive 11th stage of Dakar 2024, a punishing day between Alula and Yanbu that could well settle the outcome in the bikes. Honda have dominated this week with their trio of Ricky Brabeck, Adrian van Beveren and Nacho Cornejo, but Ross Branch remains second overall, and he hasn't struggled too badly despite losing all of his hero teammates.
Being alone is no problem, you know. It's an individual sport. We've got a huge team behind us, but when we're out there racing, we race against each other, and we just got to play fair, you know. That's the game, and let's get to the finish in one piece, and we'll see what's happening after that.
On the menu today, rocks, and more rocks. This is a similar routing to stage 2 at last year's Dakar, which caused so much chaos with punctures and crashes. It has been shortened by 60 kilometres for safety reasons, but it's still a brutal day in the saddle, 420k against the clock. Now last year Kyle McCoy was heading up the American Rally Originals, a group of 5 friends hoping to complete Original by Matul. He unfortunately crashed out though with a fractured fibula. Saying that it would drive him crazy if he didn't come back, Kyle returned solo in 2024, and he is just one day away from becoming only the 3rd American to conquer the assistance-free class. But for a lot of the riders today, especially some of the amateurs and newbies, this was a real slog, especially coming towards the end of such a grueling Dakar. Here's something you don't see every day. Matthew Serradori chasing a top 5 overall in the cars, held up behind Oren O'Kelly. No time to lose, so his co-driver Loic Menaudier sprang out of the Century buggy and came to the rescue. Menaudier, a former biker, still knows a few tricks. Very nicely done. We'll spare a thought for Oren. They don't have too many tracks like this where he grew up in Dubai. Tobias Ebster has a background in motocross and enduro, so he fared better over today's stony tracks. The Austrian is one day away from completing a remarkable debut in which he should finish as the top rookie and the winner of Original by Matul. But as he quipped at the finish line, to finish first, you have to finish first. Ebster just riding at his own pace today, only making a few minor mistakes. He is 20th overall. It was all changed today in the Rally 2 class, where Bradley Cox continued his fine run of form in this second week. The South African pushed hard and ended up as the 6th quickest man on 2 wheels, outpacing the likes of Kevin Benavides, Daniel Sanders and Pablo Quintanilla. He's now 13th overall and within 7 minutes of the Rally 2 lead. A lead that now belongs to this man, Harit Noah, although don't tell him if you see him, he doesn't want to know his results until the end of the Dakar. The Indian didn't actually enjoy his day much. He's not really comfortable on the stones and took a few tumbles, while his Sherco factory teammate Rui Gonçalves unfortunately crashed out with a shoulder injury. But 11th place today makes Noah the new Rally 2 leader. Nacho Cornejo said yesterday that he'd love to join his Honda teammates and especially his roommate Brabeck on the overall podium, but number 11 ran into trouble at kilometre 111. The Chilean had a mysterious fuel tank issue. The only way to resolve it was by removing the front tank. That meant managing the fuel and reducing his speed in the second part of the special, and he lost over 25 minutes, ending his podium hopes. He just about remains 4th overall. These things happen, that's motorsport, and you have to know how to deal with it. I am a bit sad because we were doing so well, the navigation was really good and we wanted to be up there as high as possible overall. Now we're going to have to accept that we are off the podium. Well, this man should end up on the Dakar podium, and for the first time in his career, if you can believe it. Adrian van Beveren set off third today and spent the whole time chasing Brebeck, but he didn't quite manage to haul himself to the front, so no bonus time. VBA dropped a couple of minutes to Ross Branch, meaning second overall now looks like a stretch. And, like Cornejo, he also had some fuel tank problems late in the day.
You have enough to go to the bivouac? Are you okay? Yeah.
Van Beveren sustained that damage, crashing to avoid camels in the road, and Branch almost suffered the same fate. But it's the camel grass rather than the camels that have been his main problem at this Dakar. The Kalahari Ferrari explaining it's a weakness he has to address. He did win today's stage, but by only 32 seconds from Brebeck. He remains over 10 minutes back. But of course, it ain't over till it's over.
I enjoyed it and try to put the hammer down. I think I've left it a little bit too late, but yeah, Ricky's riding an amazing race, and he deserves where he is. So we just got to keep on fighting and see what we can do for tomorrow, the last day.
He hasn't quite conquered the crown yet, but this was a champion's performance from Brebeck. On what was slated as the toughest day of the rally, he opened from start to finish, pocketing 5 minutes 45 of bonuses on a trouble-free outing. The last few days have been a masterclass in how to manage an overall lead. Ricky just needs to keep a cool head tomorrow to join the prestigious club of multiple Dakar winners.
I would say it was my best ride of the rally. The last 100K, I went really slow just to get here and wait for my teammate, but I made no mistakes today. I put my head down and I got it to the finish.
A second stage win of the rally for Branch ahead of Brebeck. Luciano Benavides and Toby Price rounded out the top 5 on the day, with Martin Mitchek and Stefan Zvitko also in the top 10. 10 minutes 22 seconds is the gap, with one short stage remaining. After his misadventures today, Cornejo is only a couple of minutes clear of 5th place Kevin Benavides. Josep Pedro is currently the top-ranked rider for the All-One team, who are doing the Dakar in memory of Alex Libre. This is their remarkable story.